Good day. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? I have missed you guys. How is everyone doing? Good to see you all. We are back. I have been away. It is my birthday. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. How is everyone doing? Congrats on Chaos Creations on getting first again. Wow, just like, did you just sit there for the entire time that I was away waiting to hit that button? It has been a couple of weeks now. So you've got Pearl Ivory, Chronomate. Pearl, thanks so much. Chronomate, hi. Cameron Ray, thank you so much. And also, thank you so much. Congratulations. You've made it to a full year. Subscribe to me on Twitch. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the subscription. Thanks, Chaos. Eagle Warrior, thank you. Valhire, welcome in. Thank you so much. It is the amazing birthday. Gurmila Jace. Gurmila awesome Breathlaw, Shahana Shin. Gilded Ripple, thank you so much. Dawn, thank you. And thank you really for the best well wishes. Everyone on YouTube, welcome in on YouTube. Hope I know I started a little bit early, but welcome in. Hope you are doing well. Ooh, let me just mute the phone. I'm still getting birthday wishes on the phone as well. Today, it's evening time, so but still getting some well wishes there. But yeah, thank you all so much. Hope everyone's doing well. If you're watching on YouTube, do consider giving the stream a thumbs up. It does help out. If you're even watching it back in the VOD, you can also watch. You can also give the VOD a thumbs up, and that also helps out the channel. So hello, Weirdo. Good to see you. Hi. Okay. Right. So what am I doing today? Well, one, I am getting older. I suppose we all are, but today is a day where it is a marked day of getting older rather than just a simple thing. Era. I just gotta call you Era. That's okay. Thanks so much for the birthday wishes, Axie. Thank you. So if anyone's curious about the cake that I had for my birthday today, we had coffee cheesecake again. You can do !Discord, !Discord, and join me. Pop into my community Discord, and you'll see in the pictures a wonderful picture of the cake, which had already been cut into. So we'd already started eating it, and then I realized, oh, I meant to take a picture of this, but it still looks amazing. You can get a good idea of how the cake looks like before then. How's my day? My day has been fine. It's been a fairly chill day, more or less. We also see the thing is I've also got my nephew is also got his birthday. Well, his birthday's technically tomorrow, but we could only meet up as a family today, so there was a bit of co-celebrations. I didn't take a picture of his cake, and by now it's probably too late to take a picture of his cake because his cake was our family are pretty big in baking, so generally birthday cakes in our family are homemade. So that coffee cheesecake which I had, totally homemade, looks gorgeous, had nice chocolate stars and stuff in it as well. But my nephew, he had a sponge cake, which is covered in green icing to make it look like a number block thing, which is the thing that he's obsessed with. A magic star. Great little detail. I love them. It looks really nice. So I was getting lunch, but to answer your question, no, I was not lurking. I got a notification that legs went live. Went to check, so you also live annoyed my first. Good job, Chaos. That works. Anyway, I'm also conscious that there's probably there's a lot of MCYT stuff happening at the moment. There is so much happening at the moment because obviously the flight is still going. Pantheon SMP has started. Today Festivale SMP started. I think it seems to be at least it started with video series today. And I think there is Not Quite Human starting in about 40 minutes. So yeah, there seems to be a lot of MCYT stuff happening at the moment. Oh, and also I know some friends who are encrypted SMP as well. I think that again is also video only, possibly. So yeah, it is busy. It is busy, but consider blocks in the sky. I know. And maybe they have some kingdoms involved as well. Hi Beck, how's it going? Anyway, I've got my bowl of I've got one of my birthday presents here. I got a bowl. The Prancing Pony. It's Lord of the Rings. It's got the Prancing Pony on the back. You can't see it, but it's also got the inscription of the ring on the inside of it as well. But at the moment, it's covered up by crisps. But yeah, that is that. I also have my sister also got me Lord of the Rings doormat. So I've already got a doormat sorted for the apartment I'm moving to. I also have a whole bunch of other stuff that I got as well. So yeah, a lot of housewarming stuff really for this birthday, rather than which I'm thrilled about. I'm doing all right. We saw your name in 4K last night. Your name, I know that. My brain is like, I know that. It's a movie, isn't it? Her name film is. Oh my god, you saw that in 4K. I remember seeing this years ago. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I saw so many movies while I was traveling. While I was taking the plane over and back between Australia and Ireland. By the way, guys, I've got so many movies to chat about now. Some which I'm just like meh. Some which I'm like ooh. So, however, today we are gonna do something, and you guys are gonna help me out a little bit. Weirdo, thanks for the happy birthday, good wishes as well. You guys are gonna help me out a little bit because today we are going to do a tutorial on how to build a Skyblock Kingdoms style world. That is my job. Today we're going to build a Skyblock Kingdoms style world. I am going to try and record bits of it as well so that I can turn it into a video tutorial. If it doesn't work out as a if I feel like it's not working for a tutorial video, I'll do a video tutorial else at another time. But I feel like this, even if this might just be an opportunity to just practice for the tutorial itself. So yeah, Excite, how's it going? It's got an unintended trans allegory, so we've got some friends together so we could all cry to it. Yeah, it does. It does, doesn't it? That movie, Your Name. If anyone hasn't seen Your Name, go check it. It's a good movie. It's an anime. Okay. I am going to do this. Let's get into the tutorial. Writing right now, so gonna lurk. Enjoy your lurk, Gilded, and hope the writing goes well. Right. So I think we're gonna start let's try recording. Let's try recording. I'm gonna give this a shot. I think I want to do an introduction elsewhere. So let's say introduction. I'll do that separately. I might do the introduction at the very end where I've got the world built. Okay, so we have our introduction, and our next bit is our first steps to creating a Skyblock Kingdom style world is creating a Skyblock Infinite world. This is actually really, really simple. All you need to do is create your world. Let's call it SBK world. We're going to set this game mode in creative first so that we can create the world. We'll do difficulty hard. That's my preference. choose your preference: hard, easy, peaceful. If you really want something difficult. Next, feel free to choose a seed or leave it blank if you want it random. Most importantly, head into data packs. You're going to need to add in a data pack here. So click on the open data packs folder. And you will want to drag. Come on. You will want to drag the data pack that you have downloaded from the website, and you will want to drag the data pack you have downloaded from Modrinth in here. Click yes, and then move it from available over to selected. Now that is in position, any other data packs you want added, please place them over the selected area. Press done. And then create a new world. Okay, first of all, you will want to run these few commands just to make things a little bit easier while you're placing things. Tick, freeze. Next thing, if you're playing normal Skyblock, you can just go through, next thing, if you're playing normal Skyblock Kingdoms, next thing, if you're playing normal Skyblock Infinite, you can go through and play with these. However, if you want to play a Skyblock Infinite world, you want to delete these instead. So use kill at E bracket type player, and then close the bracket, and then that will clear the thing there. This world is now your oyster to play with. Okay, I think we did okay with the opening section of the tutorial. Yeah. Normal Skyblock Kingdoms as opposed to weird SBK. You don't know weird SBK. True. Yeah. Kill the entities or else otherwise you need the admin to come defuse a bomb when you just want to gamble. Yeah, like if you want to play normal Skyblock Infinite, you just hit the you basically you punch those buttons. What it will do if you choose classic, well, what it can do is if you choose the classic starter island, it will change the island that I'm currently on into a classic starter island. If you choose classic outer islands, it will place the outer islands around in a grid on the map. If you choose seed, it will then basically start an algorithm that will test to see whether there needs to be a biome island generated somewhere nearby, an outer island generated somewhere in any of the new biomes that pop up. So yeah, so this is the this is what you will start. This is basically what you start with. The next bit is actually one of my favorite bits to do, which is the biomes. So this is how we did it in season 2. In season 1, we did it a little bit differently. Hey, Chaos. So in season 1, what we did was we placed the islands in the circle around the center, and then we made a biome around each island. But we just used the in-game command, which limits it to about 100 by 100 by 100. space. So there wasn't a huge amount of space that was in the original biome of the kingdom. So actually later in the season, I think we actually ended up expanding some of the biomes a little bit because it just wasn't that big. Season 2, we did a pinwheel. This is my favorite bit of doing this is the pinwheel. So what we're gonna do, chat, I need your help. I need you guys to come up with a number between, let's say between 4 and, let's do between 4 and 12. Okay? So between 4 and 12, let's see what suggestions we get. And if we get a lot of suggestions, we might do a little poll. 7. Okay, we're gonna do a little poll then. Okay, so let's see. So we got 7, 8, 9. I'm surprised we haven't had a particular number show up yet. There's 6. It's not in the correct order, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. Okay, right. Let's make a wee little poll. I am remembering which one is poll. Here we go. Manage polls. New poll. Pick a number. There's a reason you said 7 early. 6, 7. Samantha, thank you so much. 8. Do we have any other numbers between 4 and 12 that we would like to choose before? But you know, I'm going to stick with those 4. Okay, you may only vote once. And responses. Actually, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna allow you to spend your pennies if you would like to do extra votes. So give people an opportunity to do this. Okay, you got 3 minutes. Go! The poll is there. I will say I'm just going to do the poll on Twitch because at the moment a poll on YouTube would not make any difference. But I will count Weirdo's number that they chose towards the poll. Voter fraud has been enabled, but it will cost you. It is. Look, you use your pennies wisely. It gives you an opportunity to use some of them. I know some people have got tens of thousands of pennies. They might as well use them. So I am very curious to see how this is turned out. I probably should have done a lower thing. Oh. I wonder which number is the most popular. I'm not using all of them or even most of them, but I do have them. I think it'd be hilarious if we ended up having a draw. Ooh. Oh, whoa. I'm watching the poll going up, changing as it goes along. It is fascinating. Oh, poor little number 8 only got a oh no, it's gone up to it's got 3 votes now. Number 8 has got 3 votes. Oof. This is as exciting as election day, polling day, watching the polls come in and things going up and down. Poor Nigel Farage. He couldn't bear to be in the same place with a bin who came second. Sorry, I know we don't talk politics very often, but like we can't not talk about a bin, a guy dressed up as a bin going for a seat in Parliament. Ooh, unexpected, taking the lead to win. We have number 9. Which, interestingly enough, is the layout that we had for Season 1 of SBK. So, I am going to type in screen. What we're going to do is, since it is number 9, and that is the kingdoms that we had in Season 1, we're going to go with that. We're going to just go with number 9 for the setup. So, what I need you guys to do is I need you to name, except for the end kingdom, a kingdom in chat, and we will use the order that they appear in chat as the order that I'm going to build them into the world. So, any kingdom from Season 1 of SBK. So we've got Birch, Doak, Bamboo. Hey, Lady Laura. Hi, Laura. How are you doing? Bamboo, Spruce. So that's 4 kingdoms so far. Nether, Acacia. Can't do Oak because there was no Oak Kingdom in Season 1. So we're missing Mangrove, Jungle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cherry, Mangrove, and that will leave Jungle for the end. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That will do. Okay, there is our order for the kingdoms. And the next thing we need to do is actually build the thing. Okay. All right, let's go build some circles. And then make some pie. Right. We're going to travel up for this. We're going to build this high up in the world so it doesn't intersect with any other items in the world. Pie. Double pie if you got pie. Okay. I believe at the beginning of the video I will make mention about the mods that we use to create the world and also the data pack. So I'm going to mention those at the beginning of the video. But we're going to do a reminder now about the fact that we're going to be using Axiom. Okay. Okay, we have traveled a bit of a distance up from the starting point of the world so that we can build without interacting with anything else around us very easily. First thing you're going to do with Axiom is turn on Angel Place. So if you hold down Alt, you should be able to find this button here, and this will do Angel Place. Grab a block, and you want to find 0, 0, just for ease of building and placing things. So, and we got our angel block here. I like to turn it off straight away so I don't get the thing popping up all the time. And so we want to go towards 0, 0. So we know where the center of the world is. Okay, here is my center block. So this is where I can make the center of my circle. Okay, right. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to use the shape tool. Here, we want to switch it to flat And we're going to use the disk option here. I do not see. This is not right. There is a problem here. It does not render. It does not capture. Is it going to capture if I do it at this mode? Okay, right. We've got an issue here. It's not going to capture that way. Okay, I think I need to. Joys of. Okay, I'm going to need to change. I'm going to need to add a display capture, I think. Display capture. Okay, I don't want that on the thing. Can I change the settings for... Whoa. Okay, let's stop recording for the moment. Okay, here we go. F11, right. Video settings, because I need to be able to go in and out of window. Full screen mode. Let me go over here. Okay, give me a second. I'm just going to use... I need... How about... This'll do. I can use this. This will be a blank screen. Okay. Right. I don't think I'm showing anything that I shouldn't be showing there. If I do that. Okay. And I could do that. Okay. Okay. I think we're ready to go. Let's go back into this world here. Okay. Right. Now it's capturing the whole thing. Okay. Haven't done anything stupid, have I? Don't think I have anyway. I have to go early, but be back Friday if you're live. I'll probably be live on Friday. Okay. Here we go. I think this is working now. Right. Let's get back to recording. Okay. So what we are going to do is we're going to go into... What we're going to do is we're going to press... So I've got this... Is the menu key differently? Okay. So in Axiom, we are going to go into the main menu area here, which is our main editor. We are going to choose the shape tool, and we want to make sure the category is set to flat, and we're going to use the disk shape. Now, This diameter is going to decide how big our kingdoms are going to be. In season 2 of Skyblock Kingdoms, I set the kingdom biomes at about 750 in radius. So that'd be 1500 in diameter. Okay. In this instance, I'm going to keep it fairly simple. We're just going to go with we're going to go with the small Skyblock Kingdoms here. So we're going to go with a diameter of 1001. I go with 1001 so that's nice and so that we can have a center. All right. So that is our diameter. And we can use whatever block we want. I'm going to use stone for now because that's a good start to our layout. So if we place the circle here, we just want to make sure that the center of this circle is on the 0, 0 axis. So just make sure that this little white block here is directly above the block we have placed here. So we can see that it is there. That little entity is directly above the log there. That makes it 0, 0. And now we know that it's in the right place. And all we need to do now is press enter and we will have our giant circle. If you want to go any bigger, that's okay. Just keep in mind that the bigger it is, it might take a little bit longer for it to generate into your world. So we're going with 1000 because that's a nice easy one that our setup can handle. So next, press enter. You'll see this lighting up and that is slowly generating out the entire flat plane of a circle. And it is finished. So I have another tool that I use. I use the mini map tool. And you can see that I can have a look here. The mini map tool has made this shows this giant circle. If you go bigger, there is a good chance you will have to fly around to load in parts of the circle. It should all generate. It should all generate when you create the circle. But if you go for 2000 blocks wide, you may have to, all you need to do is just fly around to make sure that all the area has loaded in before you before you work on it. Now, another tool that is very, very useful, another command very, very useful is the effect command. We're going to give me Anathra the night vision effect. Now we're going to leave it infinite as well. So this way, if I go underneath this, it will still be easy to see. If I do not have this effect on, it will look pretty dark. So I want to just make sure that I can still see properly here. Okay. So get used to, like, F3, F4 is a very useful tool to be able to kind of go in and out of creative very easily. We're just going to break through that there so that I can get a nice easy look at where the center block is. This center block, good idea to have as a different block because we're going to be using this center block in the future for building, for planning out the rest of the kingdoms. So our next goal is to split up this giant circle we have just made into 9 segments. That's how many kingdoms we're going to have in this one. So what we do is we go back here. We're going to use our shape tool again. Nice thing is all you need to do is place that down and we're going to change the categories. So we are going to now change it to a regular polygon and we're going to change the number of sides. Now this only goes up to 9 sides, which is what we need today. But if you want to do more sides, if you want more kingdoms, Control and click will allow you to go in and change to how many sides you want. You can go 13, or you can go, if you really want to be crazy, you can go 51. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a little bit nuts, but that's up to you. Today, we're just going to keep it nice and simple on the 9. The next thing you want to do is you want to make it hollow. It's not necessary, but it makes it a lot simpler. All we really need is a line outlined along the entire circle. And to make things a bit easier to see, I am going to change this block that we're going to place. We're going to use some granite here so that it's nice and easy to see the different blocks that we're using. Okay, now I'm going to bring this down just level with the oak log here. And now we're going to press enter. Your biddies to your Twitcher, a friend of your fantasy. I'm gonna
a polygon is a missing parrot.
Okay, and now that we've got that placed, head out of this mode and go into your map, and you should see a wonderful shape going around here. It's a 9-sided polygon, and this is going to be absolutely crucial for the next phase. Okay, all right, good. Take a little break from recording there. Whew. Hello, guys. Hi, Evil M. Hi, Footy. Thank you so much for the 20 bitties. I appreciate that. Hey, Sea Dog, how's it going? Twig, hi. We're doing planning today. Yep. Good as it is, can be right now. Absolutely. Thanks, Laura. 3 teeth removed on Thursday. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy, but needs must. It'll make you feel better in the long run. Anyway, so this is the phase that... Oh, another message I need to quickly respond to. Okay. So, hopefully oh, you got tropical storm coming in. Oh, dudes. I hope so. Fingers crossed. I didn't know there was one on the way over your direction. On the FXCMD, add in high particle to get rid of the annoying bubbles. I should really do that, shouldn't I, Twig? Let me do that now. What was it? Effect, give, Anathra, night vision. It's on effect command, add in infinite, is it? There it is. Here we go. It was... Is it just hide? So hide particles. Why aren't you giving me the option there? Amplifier. Do I have to put amplifier in first, or can I just go straight to hide particles? One. Okay, so 1. I don't need the bracket. Don't need the brackets. Hide particles. You need to do amplifier. Okay, amplifier. Okay, can someone just write the command out in chat, or the last bit in chat, and I'll just... Just 1. Ah, okay. And then false. True. Oh, thank you. I did it. I did it. I did it. It took me a while, but I did it. Thanks for the suggestion, Twig. I'm just going to alternate between calling you Damp and Twig because that's fun. Okay, we're on to our next... This next bit is a bit of fun, actually. So, we had our order. I thought I wrote it down. It's I lost the order, guys. I lost the order. Also, I thought I turned off tick speed, tick freeze. It does. Tick freeze only lasts for a certain amount of time. Tick freeze. Can I incorrect argument for? Thank you, Eagle Warrior. Time set mid-noon. And we'll do game rule. Advanced time false. There we go. Okay. Pushy! We got a Twitch baby! Sorry, Luffy, we got a Twitch baby! Thank you so much for the 9 months! Thank you for your Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Okay. Alright, let's go to the thing. We'll start down here in the south. Down here in the south. Right, okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll just do it this way. Okay. So Robbie Williams has been diagnosed autistic. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late to get a diagnosis. Okay, so let's switch back to the scene. Did we just get a hype train? Guys, we just got a hype train going. Whee! Okay, we're at a hype train, level 1. You've got 31%. So we got about 4 and a bit minutes to move it on to the next level, if you wish, and we'll add more cat ears as it goes. Nice. Well, thank you for the hype train, guys. Hype, 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 hype. Is there anything I can say to... Ooh, crunches. I'll try and see if there's any incentives I can say to get the hype train going. For hype train going. Oh, Eagle Warrior, thank you so much for the 8 months. Thank you. So close to a Twitch baby. Bushy, thank you for gifting back a gift sub. Thank you so much. Yeah, because I think going through things, projects I've got coming up. What can I tease? Is there anything I can tease? I don't think so, because I've already indicated that I want to do a single player series. I'm already told about this tutorial I'm doing. Eagle Warrior, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Ooh, some of those names I recognize. For Melissa, not sure who they. I don't know if I might know them. Hoodie, I know. Solly, I know. Yay! They're 2 of my good friends. And everyone else who got a gifted sub, enjoy those. Oh, that means I need to put more ears on. Thank you so much. Let me get some more ears. So we're now at level 3. Ooh, here we go. Okay, level 3. Which means I got 3 sets of ears on. Love that song. I should do that with choir. I should do that with one of my choirs. Thank you for the 100 bitties, Luffy. The 100 bitties does some cool pieces of music, by the way. That's a fun one. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's who's contributed to the hype train there today. The internet has ruined this song for me. All I can think about is the dirty version of that melody. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, now you get to hear the nice version, which is me doing it instead. Um, okay. What we're gonna do actually is I'm gonna be Chicken Man. How's it going? Okay. We had that order of the kingdoms, so I'm gonna do that very quickly so I can see. Make sure I don't lose the order. So we had Dark Oak next, and then we had Spruce, Nether. Use Crimson. Actually, no, we'll use Warped because that sticks out. Then we had Acacia. Then we have Cherry, Mangrove. Oh, I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Birch, Dark Oak, Spruce. I'm missing Bamboo. And then the last one is Jungle. Okay, let's grab Jungle. And Bamboo. Here we go. Okay, we'll have those in order now, so that should be easier to remember. Kids. Time for something ridiculous. Can we get a headband on as well as all this other nonsense? Ah, got the hair. Kid, how's it going? Yeah, I'm doing well, Chicken Man, as well. I've been in Australia. I've been down under. I've been upside down. Oh. Thanks, Laura. Jeez, Luffy, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Jay Does Stuff. Oh, okay. Well, we've got less than a minute to move the hype train to another level. As per usual, you guys have managed to cover me and stuff because this is my birthday. This is appropriate. I was also about to do visor. Yeah. Let me put the timer on so that I remember to. So I got it set up. There we go. We got the timer. Bird's Day. Yes, it's Bird's Day. Look, well, with the amount of stuff. Okay, can I manage? I don't know if I can. This is going to take a little bit of finagling. Okay, I've got one thing that could help me out here. The hype train is about to finish up. So if the hype train finishes up, I can take my ears off at least, and then I'll be able to do this. Hype train success! Thank you everyone who contributed to our hype train today. I really appreciate it. Got 9 subs and 100 biddies. Luthers, 13 months. Thank you so much for the 13 month and thank you so much for your Prime. I really appreciate that. Yes, I am back. I am no longer in your half of the world. I am back in the northern hemisphere. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's get the mask ready because I need to do the mask. Death Wish, how's it going? I need to clear out some of my headwear so I can put the mask on as well. Woo. Okay, because this has been required. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this all on my head. I'm going to reset the timer to 10 minutes and then we'll just do it all in one go. Lynn, thank you so much for the 12 months. That's a year-long subscription. Okay. I'll put this on next. Why do I put all this? Why have I done this to myself? I've set because this is all me. I set this all up. So it'll work like this. Okay. This works. And I'm going to reset the timer. All right, 10 minutes of me looking like this. Thank you, Lynn. Chat knows how to take advantage of the redeems. Oh, totally. Totally. There is also villager talk, but I'm only talking with you guys today, so yeah. Yeah, I encourage chaotic behavior simply by existing. That's fair. Look, we love it. But anyway, take a good look. This is my birthday suit today. So far. Okay. Right. So at least we've got all these things in order. So what I'm going to do is we're going to place all these down in the correct place. Okay, right. Well, let's add that into the tutorial, I think. Yep. 11. Okay. So we have this wonderful shape here, and everywhere the corners intersect on the circle, we're going to just place a block. Each block is going to represent part of that kingdom. So very simple. We just use the toggle. We'll just use the replace mode, and we'll just place one there. And we'll replace one here. It doesn't have to be exact, it just has to be more or less there. I'm going to put the rest of these in and I'll come back to you when I'm finished. Oh, yeah. I love a bit of chaos in this chat. Oh, absolutely. Let's go about there. This is something that I absolutely loved doing for season 2. So for those who don't know, I did this in season 2. I actually I didn't do it exactly this way for season 2. So in season 2, I helped with the building of the world we were playing on. And the big thing that I helped out with was doing the math to figure out the locations of the kingdoms and where the islands would be. And then also just, I think we'll go about, yeah, we can go here. And then the other thing I did was I actually did the commands and the setup for the biomes for each kingdom. So this is what we're actually doing. What I'm showing you today is what I did. But I've come up with a better technique, which is using shapes with Axiom. It's so much easier than doing the math. So you can sit down, you can do the math, you can like do it very mathematically and use trigonometry to figure out exactly where each kingdom should be and where the locations for each for all the things should be as well. But you can it's much easier just to use shapes with Axiom, and then you get, it won't be as precise, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be precise, it just has to give a nice layout for the kingdoms. Anyway, so I was in Australia for 2 weeks. I was also in Singapore for a couple of days as well. Singapore, I love Singapore. The one regret that I have from my trip to Singapore this time was I wish we'd taken a bit of time to do the food markets. It just accidentally we didn't end up in any of the food markets this time round. But there's so much good food there. But I just forgot, honestly. So actually we can just remove that thing now, and then we have it done. Okay, so on to the next section of the tutorial. Let's do that now. Okay. 11. We're about to hit ads. Okay. Okay, I have marked out the corner of each kingdom. What we're going to do is we're actually going to just delete this layer here, because we do not need it anymore. So very simple. I'm just going to use this erase tool here and delete all that. And as I delete that, you will notice that there is just like a little spot there for the edge of each kingdom. So very simple. We'll just delete all that. Okay, I'm going to just talk. We're going to chat with chat now. While doing this, I'm going to just record this and turn this into a quick little Zoom recording. Was it montage? Don't know what that's called. You just kind of like zoom through what you're doing very, very quickly. And be very careful that I'm not accidentally deleting any of the stone, which I accidentally did there. But thankfully, that does this. It is a little time lapse, I suppose. Actually, yeah, it is a time lapse because I'm speeding it up. Oh. No, I can't quite hit that. No. That's why I get for trying to do this from a distance. Fun thing is doing this making that into a time lapse. They get to see my mistakes as well while I'm doing it. All the times I accidentally delete some stone. There's a potential that I could probably do a magic select of the granite. But I'm not sure it would select all of it. I'm not sure if it's all loaded. I could... Yeah, I'm not sure. But this is fine. No. There we go. All done. Okay. Right, let's go to teleport here. This should be where the first location is. Okay, I'm going to wait for the make sure that the ads are over on Twitch first before I do the next section. So just going to pause that recording there. Ooh, I can feel the sweat going into my eye right now. But it's only for one more minute. Yeah. Hope everyone's been hydrating well with all the hot weather that's been happening in the Northern Hemisphere. Like, it has been crazy hot everywhere. We even have fires around not too far away from here. Okay, I'm actually going to wait until the end of my face mask moment because I've only got another 40 seconds before I have to take it off anyway. So I'm going to wait until then before I do the next clip. But yeah, I went to go. Singapore was surprisingly okay. Singapore was warm. Singapore is not a cold place. It is tropical. You don't expect it to be cold. It wasn't. But It actually felt like it wasn't too hot compared to other places in the world right now. I just came back from the worst rugby match I've ever watched in your life. Oh. One team was being destroyed, or just people were not doing a good job in general? Okay, time to take off everything. Whew. Ah. Oh. That is much better. Actually, I'm going to just wipe my face. Sweaty. Probably pulling off some sun cream from earlier. Right? The ref. Oh, is the ref? Ooh. That's not good. That is not good. I know that there was definitely some referee stuff going on. And what was it? I think. Oh, yeah. When I was in Australia, my aunt and uncle were watching Aussie rules, and they were like, the ref was just being, yeah, being a little bit biased in some ways occasionally. There was comments from them. Okay, next section. Let's go. Right, the next thing we need to do is slice the pie. So at the moment, we just have the edges of the pie marked out. You cannot see it on this map right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to move this all the way into the center. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jasmine. Really appreciate that for the 8 months of Prime. Thank you. So this is actually quite simple. What we're going to do is use the path tool. So with the path tool, we make 1 point. And then we're going to make a second point. We're going to edit this second point and we're going to place it at 0, 0. So the Y stays the same, but we want to make it X and Z at 0. Make sure you have the block set to the one that you want. So in our case, we have had a birch block there, so birch plank there. So we're going to use birch planks to outline that, that line. And then all you want to do is press enter to create those blocks. Now, we then move on to the next block. And we do the exact same. So 1 point, second point, set it to 0, 0, and in this case, we're using dark oak. Press enter, and we do the exact same thing with all the other points. Okay, and we're going to do this as another little time lapse. So we can chat while we're doing this. This really does kind of like put into focus on how big this circle is. Okay, 1, 2. I'm hoping that this tutorial actually will be useful for people because we do get quite a few questions about the, here 2 seconds, that was, hello? We just use the, what was the next block? It was spruce. Okay. Okay, escape, but that. Spruce. Okay, let's change it to spruce first. That way I don't have to question it. Okay. And how many points do I have? Remove. Okay. What happened? Why have I got multiple points going on there? Whoops. I think I've got some extra points that I don't need. Remove point. Okay, it's gone back to the previous one. Okay, there we go. 0. Enter. That's it. Okay, yes. Fixed. And on to the next one. We see those. Ooh, so satisfying. There's probably other ways you could do this as well, though. Besides, I think you could probably just. You could probably do the smear tool as well. That'd be another option, I think. So you grab the block with the smear and then you smear it to 0, 0. But this one's probably the easiest because it is quite a distance. Oh, I wanted to change the active block first. Acacia. There we go. I found out now that the enter button on the numeric keypad doesn't work for Axiom. So you have to use the return key. 2 more lines and we're singing. Singing in the rain. I miss the rain. Anyone else miss rain? It's been so long since we had rain. Yeah. I thought we had a lot of clouds the last, I think it's today, a little bit, it was cloudy today for a bit. It was cloudy yesterday for a bit. I was like, oh, rain? No, didn't get rain. Just the usual, just the sun and dryness, and it was like, oh, I miss it. Do you know, it was glorious. So I was in Perth, Western Australia for a couple of days, visiting family, and we got Irish weather. It was so nice. I know the Aussies were giving out about it being cold, but it was around 12-ish degrees. There was rain. It was just like, thank you. I don't particularly miss it, but I've also had a bunch of rain recently. Lucky you. If there's no rain for someone in like Ireland and the UK, it's like, it's weird. It's weird. Okay. Oh, I'm still in the recording section anyway. I'm still recording? I'm still recording. Okay. Okay. We now have got we now have the disk split up into our pie. So what we're going to do to make it a little bit easier to see is I'm going to fill out all these pie sections with their wood type. And this time we're going to start with jungle. So we're going to go shift. We're going to use the magic select tool. This should select the whole pie, the whole slice. If you've gone for a bigger sized disc, you can actually increase your selection by using the limit here. It can be a little bit laggy if you've gone for a really big disc size, but this should be fine for our purposes in this one. So we don't have to worry about not getting enough blocks here. So that should all be completely filled in now. What we're going to do is we're going to fill this with jungle planks. So it's very obvious that it's the jungle kingdom. We're also close enough that should have completely covered the entire area. If you have a much bigger circle, you may need to go around and just load in the area to get the entire thing to convert to jungle. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our biomes. So if you hit set biome, don't worry about all these things that pop up on the screen. This just shows you what biomes are nearby. What we're going to do is we are going to do what we used in Skyblock Kingdoms Season 1, and we're going to use the jungle biome. You can set it to whatever biome you want, but we're going to use the jungle biome. And now we're going to also make sure we set fill vertically. So this will fill the biome from the bottom of the world to the top of the world. And there we have it. We have got an entire jungle biome filled in. Just do that again. And that seems to have filled in the entire slice. Again, if you've got a much bigger kingdom in mind, if you've gone out like 1,000 blocks instead of just the 500 blocks out, you may need to go around and hit the set biome a couple of times to make sure all the chunks are loaded and converted. Now let's do this with the rest of the world. Okay, I think, I do have flashback here. I'm going to use flashback for this next bit of the recording. Let me switch back to the scene and we'll stop the recording there. Isn't that so satisfying? Okay, so next thing is we move over here and we're going to do the exact same thing here. So we won't see the biomes change, but we'll see in the video, we will see the slices change. I should just make sure I clear it. One thing to make sure you do, actually, guys, do make sure you clear your selection. Because if you don't clear your selection, you might end up converting two of these into the same thing. So just mind that you clear your selection each time. So we're birch this time. And we set biome to birch forest. Can't recommend Axiom enough for biome management. So easy to use. A lot less headaches as well. Fill. Let's make sure that's all the way around. Yep. We didn't do the End Kingdom. We're not doing the End Kingdom. So we had a vote on how many kingdoms we were going to do. And the number that got picked was 9. So yeah, we're doing a 9 kingdom world. And because SBK Season 1 started off as a 9 kingdom world, we figured, you know, let's just use the biomes and woods from Season 1. Um, we're also not necessarily doing it in the same. I don't think we're doing it in the same order as season 1. So we just did a random order, helped out by chat. So yeah, it's a little bit. It's not. We're not recreating an SBK. We're making a new SBK. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure in season 1 the kingdoms were 500 blocks out. Like that's where the islands were placed. So this is a smaller one. So we haven't even placed in the kingdoms yet. Okay, so next thing is fill bamboo. Actually, yeah, this is definitely not the order of season 1. Because dark oak was nowhere near bamboo. Oh, for funsies, would I show you guys what it looks like when you use a nether biome in the overworld? Because it looks so cool. Okay, that is spruce. Okay, let's do it here for funsies. Operations, set biome. Let's do Crimson Forest. Oh, whoa, this is kind of freaky. If I do world options, difficulty hard. Oh, I know why it's not spawning many of the mobs. It's because we're so high up. Yeah, we're too high up for mobs to spawn very big. No, that dark oak is back over there. This is spruce. Oh, I just noticed something. Oh, I need to fix one thing. It was probably really dark. I just need to fix something. I just remembered something that I need to fix. I need to select all of this and make it the correct biome. Set biome. Jungle. Set biome. Clear selection. The next biome is... Was that mangrove? That is birch. That's what I realized is I was not selecting the edge of the world, the biome. Okay, operations, set biome, dark forest, set biome. No, I forgot to clear selection. I am making a mess of this. Okay, clear selection. Birch forest. Nope. Birch forest. Set biome. This is being a bit weird. It should be clear selection. Jungle. Okay. Has that gone over the edge? This time's gone over the edge. Clear selection. Birch forest. Like it's not the end of the world if like it's not exactly Perfect. They used nether biomes in a few different servers. Yeah. It's an idea to use the nether biomes. I don't know. Well, I don't think we'll use it this season coming. This is just I'm just finding this a little bit odd that it's last time I did the selection, it was very precise. It kind of like went with the set biome there. Okay, that should be dark forest. Then bamboo. Jungle. I did the same again. Oops. Clear selection. There we go. That's it. Clear selection. We are in spruce, I think, now. So taiga. Clear selection. Fill. Warped wood. Now we set the biome to mushroom fields. Because that's what we did with the Nether Kingdom in Season 1 and Season 2. Clear selection. And fill with acacia. This time lapse is going to have a lot of mistakes in it. No, why is it? I cleared selection. Clear selection. Fill. Acacia. And we use Savannah. Cherry. Cherry Grove. Have I done Dark Oak? What one am I missing? Mangrove, that's what it is. I think I might have mixed some of these up. Okay. Let's select that. Fill. Mangrove. Then mangrove swamp. Set biome, and there we go. Clear selection. Take out the biome. And that is the circle complete. Okay, finish recording. Like that, the kingdom circle. Kingdom biomes. Okay, let's record another little segment now that we got this done. Okay. Thanks, Viking. I look forward to checking out all the footage and making sure that I'm seeing if it actually works in a video and I don't have to make it all over again, but this is so cool. This is so cool. This is a mini SBK map. Okay, I gotta record this next segment. All right, so this is the pinwheel you might have seen this popping up a little bit in season 2 of Skyblock Kingdoms, in the grass. Sorry, on the ground. But yeah, so this is the pinwheel that I use to help lay out the biomes for season 2. So every single one of these is a biome. I'll re-record that in a minute. Hi Artemis, how's it going? I don't know if I got a mod. Do I have a mod in chat who can give Artemis a shout out, please? Thanks, Artemis. How are you doing? I hope it hasn't been too hot where you are. How are you guys? No, you're good. I was just thank you, Viking. Let me do a shout out for Artemis there. Everyone go follow my friend Art. Oh, already done. Thank you. To whoever did that. Artemis, thank you so much for the raid. What were you guys up to today? Did you have a good stream? You were ahead of me. Yes, Laura, you're awesome. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks, Viking. You almost finished the end base? Ah. That's been a great project to be able to pop in and watch occasionally when I get a chance. Oh, that's awesome. Sind, thanks so much for the birthday wishes. Yeah. Anyway, today, if you don't know who I am, my name is Nasser. I'm an Irish content creator who does an awful lot of Skyblock. And today I am putting together a tutorial on how to build your own Skyblock Kingdoms worlds. So, at this point, we have made all the biomes. So, the way that you make biomes is we're using this tool called this mod called Axiom, which allows us to select an area and change the biome of that area. So what we did in Skyblock Kingdoms Season 2 is we made a pinwheel. So that basically it would be biome all the way in this slice of the pie. Now, it was a lot bigger than this one. This one was only about, this one only goes about 500 blocks from spawn. But it's a good little tutorial idea. If anyone wants to go bigger, they can go bigger. But if they want to go smaller, they can go smaller. But yeah, the next bit will be placing in the islands, the kingdoms themselves. So yeah, that'll be a bit of fun. I never knew that, the Skyblock pie. I know, well, we didn't do the pie in season 1. In season 1, we just had biome painted around the islands a bit. That's about it. Perry the platypus. Perry the platypus. Between spruce, acacia, and warped right there. It's Perry's back in Skyblock Kingdoms. I could have placed the order of the kingdoms as well to have Neapolitan as well. You could do Neapolitan with cherry and dark oak and birch. The Neapolitan ice cream. The woods work really well for that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, I still have ice cream in the freezer. Provided nobody else has eaten all of it yet. There's honeycomb. I picked up some honeycomb ice cream the other day because it's like, ooh, honeycomb. Haven't had that in a while. It's okay. It's not great. It's because it's Tesco. It's Tesco ice cream, and Tesco ice cream is hit and miss. Also, wherever they were storing the ice creams in the shop, those freezers are not great. Because like I brought it home, I put it in the freezer, took it out like about an hour later. I was like, wow, this is still incredibly soft. So, yeah. I'm doing my job. I'm making you guys want ice cream. It's good for you. They always break in the sea. I don't think they even do they function. I think Tesco just assumes that it's cold in Ireland and the UK, so they just don't bother turning the freezers on particularly high. So it's just like, yeah, we'll just like save a little bit of, we'll just save some costs on energy by not turning our freezers up high. Like barely, just like you put your hand in, you're just like, oh, it's chilly, but it's like just cold enough to make you feel cold. That you're given the illusion that it's a freezer, but in reality, it's just like a fine mist that gives you the illusion of being cold. Okay, let's do the next bit. I know sometimes the summers are a struggle. What food safety? Well, Artemis, in fairness, I hate to break it to you, but you guys did leave the EU, so um, the standards are just not the same. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be bringing that up. I shouldn't be bringing that up. That's a sensitive topic. Humidity does bad things. Look, we know that the people who complain the loudest are the ones who ended up voting for it in the first place. Oh, I can't help myself. I just it is the way. Okay, let's record this clip, and yeah. And we have made our pies. So I've already transformed every single one of these pies into the correct biome. If you look up in the top left-hand corner of the screen, you will see in that fourth line saying biome mangrove swamp. And if I fly through the rest of these, we will see we got a cherry grove, and we have a savanna. So yeah, each of these kingdoms, if you want to go with the Skyblock Kingdoms biomes, it'd be savanna, mushroom islands, taiga. Then that one is bamboo jungle, dark forest, birch forest, jungle, and mangrove swamp, and then cherry grove as well. And then, like, if you're going from season 2, you'd also have the Pale Garden. Oh, and we used plains for the Oak Kingdom. Okay, our next thing to do is placement of the islands. So, I'm just debating, is it worth keeping the pinwheel or do we delete the pinwheel now? Because you don't actually need the pinwheel anymore. Abba Live, thank you so much for the happy birthday. Thanks for the lurk, Artemis. Also, thank you for the follow, Abba Live TV. I appreciate that. Welcome into the course. I think what I'm going to do is that we're going to place these kingdoms a little bit differently to the way that I would do it otherwise. So, Twinian, thank you so much. Okay, back to recording. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to decide how far out our kingdoms islands are going to be. Again, we go back to our shape tool. We're still going to have the regular polygon of 9 sides. And we're going to choose a block to work with. First, we need to decide how far out the kingdoms are going to be. So 1,000 is too far. You want to have your kingdoms within inside the circle. So let's go 900. That will give us 50 blocks from the edge. Maybe we go 800. That'll give us 100 blocks from the edge. So let's go 801. Okay. And that's going to be our polygon. Before we hit the polygon, though, we will need to rotate it so that the edges of the polygon are in the center of each pie slice. So if you just bring the yaw all the way over to 180, that will rotate the polygon that we're creating. And then what we want to do is press enter, and we'll have our polygon. As you can see, it has been rotated so that the edges of the polygon are now on this side, are around here. So now what we're going to do is going to just go around to the edge of the polygon, and we're going to place our kingdoms there. I think we'll start with the Nether Kingdom. Right, so you can see that the edge of the polygon here, this is very obviously a corner. So this would be where we will place our first kingdom, which is going to be the Nether Kingdom. Now, I have it all set up nice and easy because I actually have blueprints of all the kingdoms already set up. So some of our kingdoms were custom created. So for example, the Nether Kingdom was a custom created island. So that would be one that you would have to build yourself if you want to use it. A lot of the islands are actually available from the data pack itself, and I will show you how to access them later in the video. I will also show you how to turn each of those into a blueprint. Okay, this would actually make more sense if I did this first before. It would be better to do it in order, wouldn't it? Okay, we're going to make a new recording. I'm going to teach you guys how to do the kingdom stuff first. Oh, look at it. Isn't it glorious? Ah, imagine if we did Skyblock Kingdoms with that above us. You'd have to have night vision on all the time. Okay, right, let's get back to, oh, I did the, need to go creative. Okay. Circus of SBK. Okay, we need to get the islands that we're going to be working with. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this island here to work with it, to get them. So this is a command that you need to get familiar with. /function. And now what we need to do is we need to find the islands that we're going to be working with. So if you keep scrolling down, you will see here that there are main island generation. So if we would like a cherry grove one, scroll down till you find the where it says place cherry grove. And if we do this, it will turn the starter island into a cherry grove. Want a different island? Let's say we want to try a Badlands Island. Oh, that did not work. I forgot to press the button. Say we want to have a Badlands Island. All of a sudden we've got a Badlands Island with some cherry on top. Oh, don't you love it when it bugs out? Oh, that is weird. Guys, we've got weird entity going on. Weird entity. Weird entity alert. I got turn on and off, turn on and off, turn on and off. Tick speed. That's it. Okay, right. Yeah, that would do. Yeah. Okay. So I need to turn tick speed back on. Tick that. I was like, what? Tick freeze. That's so cool. That tick freeze. That tick freeze does that though. Okay. All right. So whatever island you're interested in doing, come over here, summon it in, and then what we want to do is we're going to make a blueprint of it in Axiom. To make a blueprint, you need to choose the box select tool or just a select tool, and then select the whole island, making sure that it is all completely covered in like this. You may need to also click on this box here and move this over if you've got a big tree or something like that. Once you've done that, hit enter to select it. And then if you press Control C, it will copy it to the board. And then Control P will print it. Name it whatever you like. So we'll call this the Badlands. And then what you want to do is hit save, and it will save it to the location that you have your blueprints. It will save it to the location you have your blueprints. Do this once. Do this with all the islands that you want. So if you want a custom island, you can create your own custom island instead. For example, as I said, the Nether Kingdom has got a custom island, so you will have to create that yourself if you want to have something different. Jellyfish, how's it going? I think I stopped recording there. We're making a video at the same time as streaming today, and I'm also teaching everyone how to do Skyblock Kingdoms, or make Skyblock Kingdoms. Speaking of which, I should just check my blueprints folder first for something. So that I don't show something that I don't want to show right now, or see if there's any spoilers. Okay. Just copy that. Don't think that's going to show up. Okay, going to just temporarily move those to. I'll just move them here. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Don't want to do any spoilers. Right. I'm ready to do the next clip, I think. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a clip pasting in the first kingdom, and then we will do a flashback for the rest of the thing. Okay, so F11. Okay, so what we do is now that we have our polygon in place, we come to the corner found in each polygon, which will help us just locate the location for the kingdom. And what we're going to do is we're going to place in our kingdom's island. So the first kingdom we're going to do is the warped kingdom. So come into Axiom Windows, and we need to do the blueprint browser. And we're going to use the Nether Kingdom. So we've got that selected. And now we do a Control V, and that will paste it to our clipboard. And we're going to place it here. Now, in my case, I am going to place all the kingdoms up here above the in my case, I'm going to place all the kingdoms here up above the pinwheel at the beginning. You could place them at the Y level that you're going to be building at. It will be Y64 when we're finished. But you don't have to do it that way. You can do it this. You could do it this way as well. I just think this is going to look cool, having all the kingdoms on top of the pinwheel, and then we'll move them down later. So I think I am happy with that location there. Actually, I might just make this the proper center there. And then we just hit enter to paste in the kingdom. And now we're going to go around the circle and place in the rest of the kingdoms. Okay, go switch back. Themes. We'll hit start recording. Think, do you know, I might make this world available to use on my Discord for people to download from my Discord. This particular one that I've put together. Okay, we're Spruce Kingdom now. That'd be a nice little birthday present from me to everyone. That's at the correct level. I think that is where I want it. Yep, do it there. This is because I'm not doing precise coordinates. This is a little bit more organic. I like the feel of the. I like that it feels a little bit organic with the way that I'm placing down these kingdoms. It's really about feeling it out. Bamboo was another custom design. So there are a couple of starter islands that use bamboo in the design and the gameplay. So, for example, the desert starter island contains bamboo. The what else has bamboo? I think the mushroom island one contains bamboo, but they have bamboo in a chest. It's not like a bamboo biome kingdom. If you tried generating an island in bamboo jungle in the Skyblock Infinite data pack, you're just going to get a jungle kingdom instead, a jungle island instead. So it is a bit different. To what we did in Skyblock Kingdoms. So I think the only two custom islands would have been the Nether Kingdom and the Bamboo Kingdom. The rest of them are all within the data pack. Okay, Dark Oak is here. Control V. about there. No, there. Birch. Everybody loves birch. Oh yeah, the movies I watched on my way to Australia. Guys, I watched The Corral. So The Corral is a movie set in during the First World War. Wrong button. First World War. It's a movie set during that period, and the idea is that there's a choral society. They want to put on the Matthew Passion. Is it oratorio? Things that choral societies regularly do. But they have an issue. I think their conductor got conscripted. Basically, ended up going to war. Decided he wanted to volunteer. And the other issue was that they were having difficulty getting enough young men, or just enough men, to actually perform the music. So, because obviously people were going off to the war, and hoping to be home by Christmas or whatever it is. Anyway, so that was kind of like the premise. Anyway, so they end up having to try and find a new conductor for the chorus, and they ended up getting a conductor who was played by, was it Ray Fiennes? Yes, Maury! Thank you so much for the 7 months subscribed on Twitch. Really appreciate that. Thank you. How are you doing? Oh, I love a nap. I've been very careful with my naps the last couple of days because I'm still trying to get past jet lag, and I feel if I nap at the wrong time, I will make it harder for me to push past the jet lag. So that's why I had difficulty streaming yesterday. I was like, oh, I just felt so tired. But yeah, it's nice to have a nap in the afternoon, especially when you've had a busy day. I'll do that actually when I come home from work sometimes. If I have a really busy work day, I will do I'll have a bit of a nap afterwards. This we made a pinwheel. So the idea is that you make a pinwheel, and then it's very simple to make a pinwheel. You just and then we split the. I'm actually making a video out of this, so the video will actually explain how to do all this using Axiom. But yeah, so this pinwheel is basically filling out the biomes for all the kingdoms of an SBK style server, and we're now placing down all of the kingdoms themselves, so the islands themselves. So yeah, so we'll get to see it all in a second. This is the last island. So we go into here. Actually, I realize this isn't showing up great on this screen, is it? And I just realized I was not showing it great on stream. No, okay. Well, go over to this scene here, and you'll be able to see it better. Okay. What was it? Savannah, Acacia. Okay. Control V. Disclaimer: this is not Skyblock Kingdoms Season 3's world. Just in case anyone's getting ideas, thinking that this is how Season 3 has been set up. It is the technique. It's the same technique that I'm using. The same technique that is going to be used for Season 3. But the difference is that this is not actually Season 3, since this is only 9 kingdoms. And we haven't confirmed how many kingdoms we're going to have in Season 3. Plus, also, I had chat decide the order of the kingdoms. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense to do that. Oh, I wanted to just wanted to delete the. Can I? Let me see if I can select it all. It's not going to be loaded, is it? It would be fun, actually. Well, I was thinking actually with this particular world, I might put it as a download on my Discord. That way, if anyone wants to actually play a Skyblock Kingdoms style world and they want to have 9 kingdoms, this one is this one is one that's ready to go, for people to play with. I suppose it wouldn't be set up for if someone turns around and say, "Oh, I want the Pale Garden." Wouldn't be as easy to do, but yeah, it'd be something. But I suppose the nice thing is, because I'm doing the tutorial, people will be able to have a look at the tutorial and get ideas on how to set up their own style of worlds. And I've basically just reduced the amount of work that they have to do by doing this. They're just like, okay, I don't have to figure out how to do it, because I now know the techniques for doing the biomes and stuff. Because like that's kind of like the point of the tutorial. It's not to give it's to give people ideas on how to manage things like to manage how to do the biomes and things. So well, do it for them. It will show them. It'll teach them how to fish, so to speak. But we all love Fee here. Fee. Happy Fee, everyone. It's been something actually in the back of my mind recently. So I used to keep fish as a kid, as a teenager, at a tropical fish tank. And I was thinking, you know, maybe I might take that hobby back up again at some point. Give chat an SBK setup. They'll play for a day. Teach chat how to SBK setup. They'll play for a lifetime. Exactly. Poly. Gone. Default to the stereotype in Revolunia as well. All Skyblock and Fee. I did see that going on. Okay. Next thing is actually to do the final section, which is deleting the pie and then moving it down. Okay, let's record this next section. Okay. There's only one thing left to do, and that is we need to remove the pie. Now, one thing I'm going to recommend you do is save the pie. So, save the pie by just like the exact same way like we made the blueprints for the islands. Select the entire pie, and you can do that pretty easily. By using the box select. So make it a little bit easier, make a little box, and then what you can do is you can use position 1 and position 2. So you know that the square is going to be at 500, 501, 501, minus 501, minus 501. And that square will completely cover the entire circle because you know how big the circle is. And then choose select, and then you want to add it to your board, and then control print, and oh, wrong button, control print, and then you can turn it into a thing. Don't worry that you can't see it all. It will save. It's a big, big, big blueprint, so it just will take a little bit more power to save. But it is worth saving this so you can place it back into your world in case you want to make any changes. So you could change biomes by placing it back into your world at the top of the world, or and then take it out again afterwards. Or if you need to readjust any of the layout, it just saves you a little bit of time by actually having the circle ready to go in your world with a saved blueprint. And now the time has come to delete the pie. This is satisfying. So satisfying. I love that there's just like a little tiny delay before the pie slice disappears. It's just like you hit the delete button, and then 2 seconds later, I've just realized I think I'm missing a key ingredient for my dinner. No! I'm making one pot pasta primavera with bacon, chicken, and feta. Oh, that sounds good. Not the bacon. No, not the bacon. I love the bacon. Now, it would be quite funny to keep the kingdoms all the way up here at Y200 and something. Usually we don't have them that high. So we're going to select all these islands and we're going to move them down to a usual level of about 60 Y64. Okay, I need to figure out the area for that though. I think I can select these and add to selection. So let's see if I can do that. Ooh, okay. Fortunately, that is not going to, I don't think any of the builds down below are going to cause any issues. Okay. So, suppose we could move them individually, but I think it'd actually look cooler if we can move them all at the same time. Yeah, I think I could just add to selection each time. Okay, enter. Okay. Yes, that has kept that original selection. Fantastic. Whoops. Move selection field, replace. Oh. If I hit enter, it's going to clear selection. Nope. Added. Okay, good. For a second, I thought it was going to clear selection. We're good. It fell off the fridge shelf and wedged itself behind the drawers. Whew. Good news. Bacon is not gone. Oh, I had a stunning pizza in Early Beach in Queensland. It was a really good pizza. Bit pricey, but it was worth the price. It was a good pizza. Stone baked, so it's like a proper Italian as well. So really, really good pizza. If I hit all of the important bits there. Enter. Yeah, note to self, definitely worth just building, doing these kingdoms, doing the kingdoms at the actual, like bringing in the kingdoms at the actual level that they'll be at. There's no real point in placing them high above the world to have to then select them all again and do it a second time. Actually, I just realized there's no point in me actually showing the axiom bit while I'm doing this. I don't think. Also, one bit of advice, definitely worth doing tick freeze when you're working with bamboo. So turning on, making tick freeze in the game does actually, it stops bamboo from growing. So if you want to have like an island that is not completely shot up with all the bamboo fully grown, it's worth having tick freeze turned off. The tick freeze command happening. Crimson, how's it going? We're doing good. We are celebrating my birthday by making Skyblock Kingdoms Style world and making a bit of a tutorial out of it as well while we're at it. Thank you. I have missed streaming while I've been away. I've been away for a couple of weeks, but we're now back and playing the game again. Okay, this should be the last selection I need to make. That feeling I haven't had time for a stream for 3 weeks now. Oh. It has probably been similar for me. I was also a little bit burnt out before I went away as well, so I wasn't quite streaming on my schedule as I usually would be. So, okay, right, we've now selected all those. So, I think if we just... I need to make sure is that I'm placing it at the correct level. So before I place these down, let's grab some angel blocks. But I'm cooking up some plans, so I'll have a nice break before. This is quite nice. Yeah. Actually, if I do it underneath the island, it'll be easier. So 64 is where I want the ground level. So 64, 62, 60. So I think I want this at 61. Awesome. Okay, we're already at the correct level. So in theory, all I need to do is move it down. Okay. Right. Switch to here. Control cut. Okay. Let's just make sure that is correct. Yes. Okay, if I do enter, paste. Let's check here. Yes! Score! We did it. Okay. Oh, I need to record that properly. Correct screen. Okay. We have created a Skyblock Kingdoms. Ooh, let me just delete this. So, you can actually see a bunch of the kingdoms here. You can see mangrove and cherry, jungle. You can also see birch and dark oak. Can't see all the way around the circle. Well, yeah, the traditional level is Y64. That's where is sea level, and that's where we usually have our islands. So yeah, that is a Skyblock Kingdoms. What you want to do in the center where you can see that Badlands Island, that is totally up to you guys. The world is your oyster. You can play this game however you like. You can put in extra islands if you like. However you want to set up the world, that is up to you. However, this is how this is one idea. This shares you a couple of ideas on how to create your very own Skyblock Kingdoms world to play with your friends. So have some fun. I will do a proper outro to that video later. But yeah, this is a functioning Skyblock Kingdoms world that people could play on easily. I suppose if we were going off what we did in season 1, we definitely had the kingdoms placed out further than they are now. Because I think we're about 400 blocks out from spawn. But like, just having a look at the map here, even though it's only 400 blocks out from spawn, like that's actually fine. Like 400 blocks is pretty doable because you actually have got quite a bit of space to build back here. You could probably go further back with your make a bigger disc and spread the biomes out a little bit more if you really want to have the biome to build in. But like building in a biome specifically for your tree type, that's only just one way to play. That's how we play it in Skyblock Kingdoms. But it's not necessarily a need. You could decide to play, you could start in one island biome and then just go with the natural biomes of the world, just like you do in vanilla Minecraft. So you've actually it's great to have options. There's so many. You don't have, it's not one way to play the game. But this is how we've set up the world in season 2. Who knows? We might do the same in season 3. We might do something different in season 3. There has been quite a few ideas bandied about. But yeah, that is how, if anyone's got any questions on setting up the world. Oh, actually, do you know, I can give you one. I can give you a little bit of backstory to our setup in season 2. So in season 2, the seed we used, this is something that I noticed because over here we have this trail rune. But in season 2, we had 3 huge trial chambers in and around the spawn of the world. Yeah, so we ended up having 3 trial chambers. So what we ended up doing is we ended up using Axiom to remove some of those trial chambers, so we weren't getting, so because of it just wouldn't have been great. We also ended up removing a couple because it was a very close to a sea biome, which we were working with when we were working in the world. There were a couple. I think there was one ocean monument within the circle of the kingdoms, and we're just like, this is a very awkward location for the ocean monument, so we did end up removing it in the setup. So like, that's the nice thing about like when you're setting up a Skyblock world, it's not too big a deal to turn around and say, actually, we're gonna edit that. Vintage, hi, how are you? I've just been teaching everyone how to create a Skyblock world. Bad nerds. Holy bejeebus, 53 months. How many years is that? That is 12, 24, 36, 48. That's over 4 years. That's 4 years and 5 months. Thank you. Thank you. We got a little bit of hype and chat for Bandnerds, who is the OG of my Twitch channel. Stream's been going well. We have been not too many bugs and stuff like that. Everything has been going pretty well. I have had to figure out how to. We've also been doing some live recording as well, so I've had to figure out how to record Minecraft with Axiom active because it the Axiom menu doesn't show up particularly well on in the game capture. But we figured something out. That's true. The one thing I think is funky about one thing funky about YouTube membership is it doesn't get announced. So like it's like a quiet thing in the background. I think what I need to do is I need to remind myself. I think the easiest way for me to remind myself how long people are doing YouTube stuff membership is by adding names to videos and stuff. Yeah, that's this feels. I'm looking at the kingdoms, at the islands back there, and it makes me feel a little bit like season 1. It's not the same as season 1, but we ended up. So chat helped me out with this. Chat decided we were going to do 9 kingdoms in this setup. So because we started with 9 kingdoms in season 1, I said, okay, we'll do the woods from season 1, and we basically made a semi-season 1 world. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Holy! It's been 12 months. Thank you, Miss Maury. Oh wow! So I've been a YouTube. I've been on the YouTube partner program for a year now. Then with membership options. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, actually, do you no, I can't say right now. Vintage, I gotta send you. I can't say it right. I can't say it publicly, but I've got something. I want to just say. Um, I think you'll like. Might like that. Secrets. I can't say anything publicly, but I think it might be something that Vintage might find will like. Oh yeah, it's just something I spotted there right now. Actually, anyone who plays Skyblock, this is a really, really useful little. If you play anywhere near a beach biome, these are cool little things to have. Great for like early game resources because like, look, diamonds, iron, gold, and they are so easy to find. You just have to pillar out to them. That was my season 1. Season 1 at the first day or two, I think Acorn and I went and found a couple, and then I went out exploring the world with Fool. We also found a ship as well, and it was just like a nice little bit of extra treasure. My biggest prediction for season 3 is that Looney will join because, well, UHC retirement home. Lol. Actually, very good prediction. It is a very good prediction. It's like actually, one thing I do need to remember when there is a couple of other things I do need to remember to do in the tutorial. So I need to check there is a rule. There's a couple of things that we set up. I think it is a set spawn thing. I think I could do it on myself. So let's see if I can do this. So I think you can set people's spawn. So spawn point. Anathra. Ah, okay. So yes, you can do... That's really easy. Okay, so setting a spawn point, that's really easy. It does only last as long as you have not slept. If you sleep, then it will change the spawn point. I have a few predictions, but nothing that serious. Just a few that will be fun to see. Has anyone got any predictions for island partners? I'm curious to see what people have come up with. Of course, you don't have to share them if you don't want to, but I'm curious what people think. I found it hilarious when I saw Nukery did a prediction for Pantheon SMP and got every single one of them wrong, I think. Viking Drift? That's a good pairing. That'd be a good pairing. Okay, let me have a quick think. Have I done everything that I want to do today in the thing? I have one that would be really fun, I think. Fool Elfie with Spruce. Oh, that would be a cool combination. I think Fool and Elfie would be a really good combo as a king. They'd make a great kingdom. They really would. Myself and Trog and Birch. Oh, proper like OG Skyblockers. The only OGer that you can get is probably Trog and Duvid, because Duvid was doing he was doing a Skyblock series before me. I think maybe I've been streaming it, but I can't remember whether I started streaming this. No, I think Duvid was doing the Skyblock series before I started streaming it. I just want him after to have a partner he can be on the same time as lol. Me too. I would not say no to having a partner who can manage my time zone as well. I'm guessing Elaine will be joining with Viking. Always an option. Oh, Laura's got a full thing. Okay. Let's get the gossip. Let's get the gossip. Okay, I want to read this properly. So, Make plus Pi on Nether. Vintage and Acorn on Pale Oak. Viking and Elfie on Spruce. Anathra and Trog on Birch. Ooh, Birch. Milkman and Nuke on Jungle. Fool and Musy on Poplar. Duvid and Leon on Bamboo. Scott and Legs on Dark Oak. Devon and Kit on Oak. Quilby. I'm going to say one thing. Quilby has publicly said that he's not going to be full-time on Skyblock Kingdoms next season. So I think that's one that I can that's one I can come out very clearly and say, yeah, Quilby won't be there. So so you need to add it a little. Ruby and Skylery on Mango. Okay, I love that Kitrix called it Mango and it just stuck. Devon and Kitrix would be a really cool combo though. Oh god, that would be insane. Devon and Kitrix together. Ooh, that's a really cool one. Then Drift on Acacia. And then we've got two spaces on that list. Let me see. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything about what is and isn't possible there. There's quite a lot of possibility there. But anything there that I can say that's just like kind of coming to mind, I was like, ooh, that looks correct. Tea. Who's got tea? Oh, tea is lovely. There are wonderful guesses. Fool and Musy. Island partners would be beautiful. Oh, the magic, those two. Because Musy is so good at character as well. So between Musey and Fool, like they would craft a beautiful story. Mango. Speaking of which, I should go to Mango Kingdom. That'd be appropriate. We're talking about Mango Kingdom. Can't be far, is it? Mango. 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 Ba 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 da ba. Do 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 do. I don't want Tan and Milkman so bad. Tanisha. Oh, yeah. I know Lame said she will not be doing SBK. Oh, did she say that? Yeah. It was cool to play with a Lame on Lunar Phase. I didn't get much chance to play with many people on Lunar Phase because I was only there for a bit of the time. But can I do the 3P? There we go. That fixes it. And Nathra in Hologram Kingdom. Easy, yes. But the whole world is a hologram. So when do you all get to share? Soon. SBK tomorrow. Janice Kingdom. Who knows? Janice may have a kingdom. Maybe not on SBK, but soon. Devon, Leon, I'm pretty sure is in the Bible as one of the signs of the apocalypse. Yes. I've asked her multiple times, and every time she says long-term Skyblock isn't on the cards right now. That's fair. Like, if she's not doing Skyblock soon, then she's not doing Skyblock soon. Yeah, throws temper tantrum. Don't worry, guys. It won't be too long. It won't be too long. What? Janice Kingdom canon? Look, Janice is... Janice is... I have a feeling that Janice is going to return to my channel soon. Yeah, I suspect Janice is going to return to my channel soon. Maybe not necessarily on SBK, but I believe Janice will return to my channel soon. It's gotta happen. I'm still recording. Last time lapse, whatever it is. Just realized that's a long replay. Hopefully not too long. Oh, for a sec I was thinking, how is that frog spawn still there, but there is water underneath it? I mean, it could be yesterday. It started server before they tell us. True. And as I say, like, according to the Irish definition of autumn, it's already autumn. So, but we did see like it was said that it's going to be a fall start, and it was mostly Americans who were on the server. So they tend to think fall is like September or something like that. I hope they have Popular released by then. Me too. Popular would be awesome to have at the beginning of the season. The one difficulty with Popular Wood is that it will get released sometime in the fall, but we will still have to wait for mods to be updated and stuff. So I've got my fingers crossed that those who are managing mods are being on the ball and are ready to update their mods and data packs within days of the drop going live, because quite a few modders and data packers are really fast at updating their resources now. Unfortunately, the two that are always have a little bit longer are Axiom and Flashback. So yeah, those are the ones that tend to be that we have to wait for. I'm sure someone can do some techno wizardry and bring Poplar in early if they had to. Options. There's always options. Yeah, we could have Poplar, like cushions and new steps and slabs. So excited. Yes, the colors are coming to the next update are amazing. However, There is one thing that is definitely gonna drive me a little bit nuts. Let's go over to. I'm gonna go over to my single player world for a bit. Is inventory is just like it's organizing my storage. So, well, hello there. This is the thing that's going to drive me nuts. So, I have this. This is a Mazuma Games style auto storage system. I love it. It's really, really good. I have got one more slice available. This is my last slice that has not been organized. So, yeah, I currently I've got the tough over here. I need to basically I'm gonna have to redesign how I've organized everything. So, yeah, I think that one is free. I'm pretty sure that one is free. So that will have to be dedicated to Poplar. There's no two ways about it. Woods take a lot of... actually, you could do 2 woods per chest. I'm having a look here. I could do 2 woods per row chest. So I could rearrange it to have 2 per chest. But I don't want to. I like having the wood separate. Okay, so let's have a quick look here. So, tough. I could tie tough in with something else. This again is okay. So the head chest, I could put that in with another one. Sherds, there are actually... I'm just having a look here and seeing, okay, there's some stuff that I could do together. I could put the heads in here. Because I'm going to need... here's my color section right now. Because each one's got an own one. So we've got our plants. Our dye. Maybe I could combine the dye with something else. Candles. Terracotta, I can't put another... Terracotta is going to have to keep its own chest like this. If they turn around and give me slabs and stairs and terracotta, I'll be like, oh no! I'll have to move my glazed terracotta into a new chest. Wool, it's already going to need a separate chest for cushions. I suppose I could probably put the cushions in here. Or maybe we move... Since we already had the final snapshot, they might be ready to go. I'd say there will be a few weeks of bug fixing. I suspect there will be a few weeks of bug fixing. Bug fixing, guys. Welcome in, Antari. How's it going? Can I get a shout out for Antari, please? The answer matching 1 by 1, hurrah, hurrah. The answer matching 1 by 1, hurrah, hurrah. Sorry, it's 2 by 2, isn't it? The answer marching 2 by 2. The little one stopped to tie his shoe and they all go marching on. Welcome in, Antari. How are you guys doing? I'm trying to read that name. Light Hydra, how are you doing? Good to see you. It's Zenix. Thanks so much for the follow. Welcome into the chorus. Well, let us know how your day is going. Please do watch. Just sit back and relax. It's so good. What were you guys up to tonight? Guys, please go follow Antari. We've been playing Blood in the Clock Tower together during Nuke Subathon back when that was happening. So you were playing a big walk. Oh, lovely. Oh, really good time. Actually, Antari, you're in the charity stream Blood in the Clock Tower tomorrow, aren't you? I think I saw your name popping up there. Yeah. That should be awesome. For those who don't know, Shine Brighter is doing a charity fundraiser tomorrow, and they've got they're doing Blood in the Clock Tower. So that is awesome. We were, for most of the stream, doing a tutorial on how to build a Skyblock Kingdoms world. so people can learn how to figure out how to build their own if they want to. And now we're chatting about the update and stuff. And I am looking at my wonderful storage system that does not really have much room for expansion. I'm like, how am I going to fit slabs and stairs in here? How am I going to fit slabs and stairs in here? How am I? Oh, there's no slabs and stairs in glass form. But I'm like, so much reorganizing to do. Much sadness. Much sadness. So much storage, but I need to, I've only got, the way that this storage system is set up, there are limits. And also, I thought, okay, I will push, I will leave, so I left 3 empty rows of chests thinking, actually, that'll be fine. That'll be fine for extra storage in the future. And when they add new blocks. But they've already added 1 new wood. That's the pale oak one. They had tough, so we got tough. And then we're gonna have poplar. And then I'm gonna have no more rose. I'm out of rose. So I need to reimagine my storage. So hopefully I can reimagine my storage without having to I am not expanding this storage room. This storage room is too nice to be expanded into new territory. So I'll just have to manage my storage elsewhere in other ways. I could probably combine moss and dirt. That'll probably be an easy one. Anything I can just like combine down to make it easier. Ooh, actually, they're probably clay as well. Clay and mud, they could go together. Okay, actually something that I probably need to do. Get more candles. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go, let's go craft some candles because I need a whole bunch more candles for my candle project. How many do I have in here? 7. I've got 7 candles. That's not great. I need to get some more candles. How much wax do I have over here? Ooh. Actually, is this craft? Can I craft this down? No. Okay. So I've got a bit of wax. I need to get some more wax. Should have a ton of string. Tons of string. Great. Well, we might as well turn the ones that I can into candles. And we'll just store these guys away and go get some more candles. And let's see how much wax we have in the farm. Okay. A little bit. Oh. 20. That is really good. I'm just going to raid and run because the heat of the last day is draining. Oh, you look after yourself. It's insane everywhere. Thank you so much. We got to play some more BOTC soon. I want to play some more BOTC soon. Or maybe just like some other games. But yes. Yes. Games. You look after yourself. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for popping in, Antari, and thanks for bringing your community over. I will chat to you soon. And anyone else who's coming in from Antari, if anyone needs to raid and run, please do look after yourself. Self-care is important. So we do believe in that. So chat to you soon, Antari. Oh, hello there. Right. Now that I'm home from Australia, I still have a few more weeks before work gets crazy busy. So. The bee squish sounds. I told you you didn't fall asleep and take a nap. I don't know what you're on about. Enjoy the nap. I hope it was a good nap. Look, there's one thing that I am, and it's a chill streamer. that can give you good vibes for falling asleep to. So, whatever works. Naughty, Miss Murray. Naughty, not the mods. No, the mods have to stay awake all the time. No sleep for the wicked. That's the wrong phrase. No rest for the wicked. No, that's probably going to be plenty of candles for what I need to do. Okay. Next question. How much dye do I have? Was awake at 5:45 my times to be there for charity stream, Sol. True. You killed it for the charity stream this morning. Okay. How much dye? I need purple dye and I need red dye. I think. I'm pretty sure I turned that on to bone meal. But that means I could use roses. Because roses are red. What's purple? What is there a purple flower? I'm not sure if there is a flower that does purple. Alliums do magenta. Sunflower lilacs do. I'm pretty sure they do magenta. Yeah, it is magenta as well. And lilacs also do magenta, I think. Yeah, I think purple has to be created. Fortunately, we can make cornflowers easily enough. We've got a little cornflower farm. And we also have a little rose petal farm. You know what we'll do? Let's take a second and do the math to figure out how much, how many candles we need. Okay, just make sure I'm low enough so no phantoms. Okay, so this is. Got this activated. Schematic placement, area selection. So we need to actually, if we go, let's go up first. Let's do the top layer first. So I think. Oh, we have another raid. Please follow me. Hello, raiders. Here, let me just show my face here. Hi, Twixie. Thank you so much for the raid. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for the raid. What were you guys up to today? For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm an actor. I'm an Irish content creator who does an awful lot of Skyblock. Today we are on my single player world, doing a little bit of work here. But we actually spent most of the stream so far with me doing a tutorial on how to make a Skyblock Kingdoms Style world. So if anyone wants to make their own Skyblock Kingdoms Style world to play with their friends on, you can check out the rest of the most of this stream. Or you can wait until I publish a new video on it in the near future. So yeah, you're playing Satisfactory. Oh, nice. Thank you for the happy birthday. Melting Goth, how's it going? Thank you. Yeah, we're having a good time having the birthday stuff. But yeah, so at the moment I am counting candles. So I'm using a mod called Mini Hood. No. Yes, this is not Mini Hood. This is Lightmatica. So I'm going to use a mod called Lightmatica. And what we're going to do is we're going to analyze the area to count how many candles are here, because I don't know how many candles are here. And when we have counted all the candles, we will then know how many candles I need to fill in. So every single purple candle here represents a follower on Twitch. Every single red candle here represents a subscriber on YouTube. And I have set myself the task of continuing to place candles until both numbers are equal. So someday, I believe YouTube subscribers will match Twitch followers, and then we will have basically we will have a good old time. That will have it all matching up. So, and then we'll have that'll be our that's the goal. So what is the top layer for this? Oh, Twitch is definitely in front. Thing is, I've been streaming longer than I have been on YouTube. So yeah, and I suppose like I'm streaming on YouTube as well, but yeah, Twitch is definitely winning there. But that's kind of like I've been doing Twitch longer. Oh, that's why it's not moving. So yeah, it's pretty cool that we've got this number. It's just I like doing this because it really helps visualize and put in just perspective of how many people are actually subscribed, or how many people are actually like putting the numbers into reality, because you actually have to place down every single one of these, because like so often it's hard to grasp a big number, like a couple of thousand people. Like that's a lot of people. Like, how do you visualize that? Okay, I think that is the whole thing covered. So now we analyze the area. So area editor, I think. Analyze area. So we have got... Okay, we are way behind on the Twitch side. Because that's at 1,252, and I'm currently at 2,181 followers. So, yeah, I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the number that is there. Okay, let me do this over here. So, Twitch candles. 1252, and that way I know the number that I have currently placed. And then, oh, I'm way behind on YouTube. YouTube candles. I was like pretty sure my YouTube channel is at 1,300 or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I am behind on these. I need to catch up. We've got a lot of candles to do. So let's turn off mini hoods. Let's get it back into our bodies. And yeah. I've given you one on YouTube, but also one here, so I haven't helped at all. You have helped. You've done the correct thing. Thank you for following me and subscribing to me. I really appreciate that. But like that's the important thing, is like keeping perspective. So if I do Twitch candles, let's see. Let me do the math manually. So 1 minus 2 doesn't work. So 11 minus 2 is 9. Bring the 1 back. Oh, Dark and Dorky, thanks for a subscription on YouTube. Got the announcement there. So what was it? 1, 6. 6 from 8 is 2. 2 from 1 isn't correct, so 2 from 11 is 9. Bring the 1 back, that's 2. Okay, so 929 purple candles. And then I'm pretty sure YouTube was at... Slipshots! Hello, my friends! Oh god, why is... There is an ad that keeps popping up on my YouTube at the moment that's just disgusting. It's just disgusting. This is okay. And then, so YouTube, I need to place how many candles? Everyone go follow my friend Slipshot. He's amazing. We actually have a little series together. So, the 1, 3, 3. So, 2 minus 0 is 2. 3 minus 13 minus 6 is 7. 9 from 13 is 4. So I need to do 472 candles, red candles, and I need to do 929 purple candles. Okay. Take it you've already talked about my trip? Not too much, actually. Talked a little bit about it. I think, as I said, like, my trip was much more family orientated rather than touristy orientated. We did do a few touristy things. So we did, probably the biggest touristy thing we did in Queensland is we went to a place called Whitsunday Island. So you got some sun. I did. I was out in the sun a lot. Did my camera just move? I swore I was looking at my camera and the camera just started moving. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I did actually get a little bit of sun because I was out walking a lot. Lots of lovely little walks. But yeah, so we did... I'll tell you what, let me just figure out how many stacks of candles I need to make. And we can do that and chat about some of our stuff, some of the things that we did in Australia, down under. Okay. No, you are absolutely fine. Let's see. Okay, so I said I wanted to. Let's do the easy one. Let's do the red candles first. I have hidden that thing away. So red candles, 472. That is okay. Let's just make 8 stacks, and that will cover it. So we want 8 stacks of candles. I'm pretty sure it is 1 for 1. Yes, so... Cool. Let's put the cornflowers away. So it needs to use... that's 2 stacks. 1, 2, 3. 3 stacks of bone meal. Yep, so Queensland, we went to a place called Whitsunday Islands. So Whitsunday Islands is up near a fairly popular area to go see the Great Barrier Reef. I am actually glad we didn't go to see the Great Barrier Reef because honestly, we took a boat out to a place called Whitsunday Beach or something like that. Whitehaven Beach, that's what it's called, and it was rough in the open ocean area. So when we were taking the boat over the open ocean area, it was like oof and down, up and down. I was like, okay. I'm not for this. I'm not a person who particularly enjoys things like roller coasters and stuff like that. So when you have that up and down motion like that, I'm like, okay, deep breaths. It's not that I feel sick. It's just that I'm not really one for. It's just not a feeling that I enjoy. Thank you for this stretch, Chaos. That'd have been amazing to see, but at the same time, when the ocean says no, it means no. Yeah, like it was fine. It wasn't terribly rough, but it's just like it was a lot of bouncing, on a roller coaster level, and I just find those. I find that motion anxiety inducing a little bit. But I will say the beach we went out to was gorgeous. The sand was incredibly fine and just, melting God, thanks for the hydrate. It was beautiful. I think I shared some pictures of a view of the beach in my Discord. So if you're on my Discord and check out the Pics channel, you might see some pictures of me just up on a hill over the beach, because I didn't actually go to the beach much in the area. We actually found a couple of nice little hikes that brought us through the little rainforest in the area. So yeah, so I was more interested in that rather than going to the beach. Hang on a second, where's the lilac? I thought there was a lilac in... Didn't I have a lilac here earlier? Oh! Whew. Okay. That's... Never mind. That makes sense. Yeah. Because I remember seeing it there earlier. I must have put it in my inventory and then shifted in. Okay. Alright, we will need some blocks to build, to stand on. Alright, let's go see. Where is... Oh, I need fire blocks. I am practiced at finding things in chest-log. My usual storage system is a mess. I think it's because I can do it, but when I expect something to be in a specific location and then it's not where I want it to be, I'm like, hang on a second, it should be there. Why is it not in that spot? Did I take it out and drop it? No. It's okay. I do have a spare because I could just use the one that's used in the filter to dupe it. But it is a little bit annoying having to do that. Okay. XP. Let's grab a little bit of XP and picks up our flint and steel. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of lag occasionally. Emeralds. Have I used up all my emerald stuff? I bet you I have stored them over at the build here. Oh, that'll do. Whee! I need to just play in this world more often. Just when I'm not, even when I'm not. Can I just do this? Yes. I'm very careful not setting my villager on fire. There we go. Okay. I'm just being careful. Do you want to set him on fire? You would not like that. But yeah, I need to get back into just playing on this world offline as well, because that is part of the joys of this world is just playing on it offline and doing things. I don't need to show everything in this world on stream. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've moved up. Yeah, I have moved all my villagers back to where this should be now. Okay, let's see. Have I gone all the way up yet? No. Okay. Now, can I do this? I am failing miserably at landing on candles. Come on, let me just land on a candle. Yes! Candle and hit. We did it. We did it. Okay, right. Now, oh, it's not the top candle. That's okay. We do that. Woo! Only took a few tries. First try. Of course, definitely the first try. Okay, so this is where we... So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to do 7 stacks and then a little bit more to get the right amount of candles. So, what was it? So 7 stacks and... Let me actually figure out what it was. So 472 divided by 64 is 7 minus 7 multiplied by 64, 724. So 7 stacks and 24 candles. Okay. I mean, as long as it didn't land on anything, it still counts as the first attempt. Exactly. Okay, there is one. Yeah, so Australia, Whitsundays, absolutely gorgeous. They were a beautiful area. We were actually staying on the mainland. We were staying in a place called Early Beach. Turns out that's a pretty popular place for Australians to go, even during their winter time, because we were traveling during their winter time, which makes sense because it's actually quite a pleasant temperature and weather-wise there this time of year. So it was a nice place to stay. So what else did we do kind of like in the area? We went out, we found a nice beach where another beach called Coral Beach, which is on the mainland. And actually we saw some whales, but they were quite far away from us, like definitely like, we're talking like a kilometer or 2 out into the ocean. But we could see them from where we are on the beach. The thing we were actually doing for most of the trip, for quite a bit of the trip, was actually exploring family history. So there's some things that I can't go into because otherwise it'd be just like a little bit too, the information could be found out that would be a little bit too personal. But so some stuff that I can easily share. So my family has got roots in Australia going back to the 19th century. So I will say they are all essentially Irish roots, because all of them have, even if they were born in Australia, have got pretty much all of them have had Irish parentage or grandparentage, all of them. So what we found out was, if we go back for a generation, so my aunt and my uncles all, at least temporarily, moved out to Australia at one point or another. So one of my uncles and my aunt basically moved out. My uncle moved out in the 70s. My aunt moved out in the 80s, and they have lived there ever since. One of my uncles moved out briefly to Australia for about a year and then moved back to Ireland. And then my grandparents retired to Australia. So, and my grandfather took advantage of his Australian birth to get Australian citizenship. So yeah, there's those is also quite a bit easier to get Australian citizenship back in like the 70s and 80s as well. So yeah, they that's like that's the most recent generation are moving out to Australia. Before that, this is going back to steamship times. My it would have been my great grandfather. So my great grandfather, he moved out to the colonies, with my great grandmother, after training up as a doctor in Dublin. So he trained up as a doctor. I think it was Dublin anyway. And after he trained up as a doctor, he got married. And they had a daughter here in Ireland. And he then got work out in the British colonies in the Solomon Islands, which is not Australia. But it was like, well, back then it was, the colonies were all part of the British Empire anyway. So those colonies were part of the British Empire, so it would have been considered part of the British Empire. So yeah, anyway, so he would have traveled out on the steamship, and he actually went out ahead of my great grandmother. So she stayed in Ireland and then followed out a couple of months later. And they worked, he lived and worked in the Solomon Islands for a couple of years. He then finished up with his work in the Solomon Islands and ended up moving to Queensland. At that stage, they had their daughter that they'd had in Ireland. They decided not to bring out to Australia because young child. So she stayed with her grandmother, which would have been my great-great-grandmother. I know, we're going way back. So she stayed behind, and then my grandparents had a daughter on the Solomon Islands. Cass, how's it going? Good to see you. So anyway, my great-grandparents then moved from the Solomon Islands to Queensland. And my grandfather worked as a doctor in a mining town in Queensland. So yeah, so that would have been his job. And after, I think they worked in two different towns. He worked in two different towns, and in those two different towns, they had more kids. So sorry. I know. So yeah, they lived in worked in two different towns, And then my grandfather, then my grandmother decided then my grandmother got a little bit of a inheritance and decided, actually, do you know what? I want to. She also got advice from her brother as well, and she decided, actually, do you know what? I'm going to move back to Ireland because at least there I can guarantee that my children are going to get a proper education. She didn't think she'd get that in Queensland, so she moved back to Ireland, and my great grandfather stayed in Australia, and then died in his early 40s in a little town called Bowen, about halfway up the Queensland coast. So yeah, that's his adult story. But the thing is, that was the second period of Australian life, because like the third period of Australian life would have been my aunt, uncles, and my grandparents. The second period was when my great grandfather was working as a doctor in Queensland with his family. The first was actually my great grandfather. While he lived and grew up in Ireland, he actually was born and lived his early years in Victoria, so in and around Melbourne. So my great grandfather was born in Australia. His mother traveled out to Australia with her uncle. However, we do not know the story of my great great grandfather, so we don't know whether he traveled out to Australia, or whether he was already in Australia, or whether he was born in Australia or whatever. So yeah, the only thing we can say for sure is that they probably all had Irish heritage, because both my parents had done the DNA test thing, and they've both come back with pretty much almost 100% Irish or Scottish DNA thing. So like we're pretty sure that most of this stuff is Irish. So if you do a tour in Oz, I'll give you a tour about New South Wales. I love Sydney. I know there's more to New South Wales than Sydney, but that is probably my favorite place in Australia. Did Brisbane, a little bit of Brisbane when we went to Queensland, but yeah. If she was born here, there'd be 100% be a record somewhere. That's the thing. We know that my we know that my great grandmother traveled out to Victoria because there's a record of her marriage to my great great grandmother. We found the record of her marriage to my great great grandfather. The tricky thing is with my family is actually the surname. There is a lot of people. There's a pretty common surname amongst Irish people in Australia, or Irish heritage people with Irish heritage in Australia, and also it's one of these surnames that can be spelt different ways. So we could trace my great great grandmother because her surname was a more consistent spelling, but it was a lot harder to do that with my great great grandfather, so that's why we've had a little bit more difficulty tracing that part of the family. There is, oh, you could do that. She's born here. There would be one. Sorry. In fact, if you're 100% Irish, you're absolutely inbred somewhere in there. That's kind of expected. Look, the thing, like, the DNA thing is just it's only going to kind of give some, like, everywhere's got inbreeding at some point anyway. I live in an island. Ireland is an island nation. It is more likely to happen in an island nation than in other locations. go back far enough, you'll always find some connections across. You'll find some cross stuff in Ancestry. Ancestry.com, because you're hunting for records that are European Australian, would be easier to find. Yeah, the nice thing is that my dad's been doing a lot of this, so he's been writing this all up. So maybe someday in the future I will end up taking it on myself. But it is a fascinating thing to check out. I think it's important as well, like if you have the knowledge of your family history, I think it's an important thing to write down if you can. Because if you have the knowledge, let me see. Can I go any higher? No, that's the highest I can go. How are we doing? We got tons of candles left. But yeah, I think it's important, if you have the family history, write it down. Even if it's not particularly interesting, it's worth writing it down or taking note of it, because in the future, your kids or whatever, your descendants or your relations, someone may take interest and be asking, oh, what happened here? And then if you haven't written it down at all, you never know what information might be lost. I think the thing that's made me realize that is listening to stories of, like, say, my grandparents' generation, and listening to people talking about things, and then also listening to how say my parents' generation talk about those stories, and then realizing, okay, there's details that go missing between generations and stuff. And I think it's just a magical thing to be able to say, actually, I know this history because it's been recorded a bit better. My dad's side was easy to find because European, but my mum's side is Chilean, so there's almost nothing on them out there. Exactly. It's down to like the records and stuff. So like some countries are better at it than others. Interestingly enough, a lot of records in Ireland you can actually find through churches. Better than you can in government records, because I believe that there's been a few times where sometimes the official records have been destroyed or burned or whatever. Just like through building fires and stuff that have happened. I can trace my ancestors to the Vikings. We don't know if it's from my grandfather's Scottish, Irish, Welsh side, or my grandmother's Italian, French, Canadian side, or both. But we know it's somewhere. Oh, look, like that's the Vikings. Like if you're going Nordic, like they got around. Like Vikings, you could say colonized large parts of Europe, or got involved in large parts of Europe. Is this a silver one? That is a silver one. Do I have a bed on me? I do. Just gonna sleep in this candle. Churches are great for that, unless the person in question was born out of wedlock. Not necessarily. It depends on... Oh, there goes my bed. Well, rip bed. I'll have to make a new one. So I've got a couple of aunts who were the result of infidelity, and they actually they got their information and realized that there was no way that the person who was on their birth certificate as their father could have been their father because, well, he was in Australia at the time. So and she and their mother was in Ireland. So yeah, that kind of tells you how that works out. But yeah, so it's interesting to see where the information is, and sometimes you can learn information about something by there not being correct information there. Actually, one thing that we found out about my great grandfather is that his grave is not marked in the graveyard, so we will never know the exact location of where he was buried because the marker that was on his grave either got moved or no longer exists. We just know that he was buried in the graveyard that he is in. So it is but that's better than not knowing at all. It's like you then know, okay, well there we know that he's probably buried. He was definitely buried here. We just don't know where. So yeah. Meet your 3-month-old son. I have been at war for 3 years. How is it mine? Sort of thing. That happened to be to your aunts and their birth certificate thing. Pretty much. But like, here's the thing. Like, according to the law in Ireland, your father, or at least in some places, your father was the is the husband of the woman who gave birth to you. That was the rule. So it didn't matter who the genetic father was. The only thing that mattered was who was legally married to the birth mother. And I say birth mother because, again, in Ireland, the definition of mother is the person who gave birth to you, not the person whose genetic material has been used. Because, for example, for those who are having a surrogacy or using surrogacy and not using their own eggs, the mother, legally, the mother is the person who gives birth, not the person who donates the eggs. So that's tricky legal stuff for stuff like that. So yeah, important to kind of like know the laws of those kind of to know where the definitions of those things are, because like it can affect things. And stuff. Okay, so I have just placed. Let me double check. Did I have the rest of those candles in storage? Also, I realize it's going to be tough to read while I've got the visor on. I'll catch up and chat in just a second. Just want to check and see how many I have. So I think I'm pretty sure I've made 8 stacks. And there's a 24 that I said. Yes. Okay. So I just have to place all these candles. And that will be it. That will be it. Cheeky bloke in World War II. I have a lot of cousins scattered around the world. On my dad's side, we have records back to a certain point, but we lose track around when my times whatever grandfather emigrated from Ireland. I had fun, a little excursion through a cemetery so we could scrub gravestones with my father when he visited. My great-great-grandmother died of the Spanish flu. 1 month after giving birth to my great-grandmother, we never knew how close the dates lined up until we cleaned them up. That is Oh my god, that's kind of crazy. That's so scary. That so close. Spanish flu was huge. Like, it was a big epidemic. My aunt on my dad's side has decided to repopulate the world, having a child with different father from a different country. She's a wild card, but she's a good mum. We don't talk, but she's living her best life. As long as she's living her best life. My grandfather is Scottish Irish and was at Queen Elizabeth's coronation when he was 4. And when I say Scottish Irish, I mean our clan's considered both. Not that one of his parents was one and the other another. Scottish Irish. Kind of makes sense. Like, the thing is, like, the Irish didn't quite colonize, but they definitely pushed their way into Scotland in like the first millennium. That's why Scots Gaelic became a thing, because before Scots Gaelic there was another language in the area called Pictish, and there was a kingdom called Dalriadze that kind of encompassed parts of like northeast Ireland and then south west Scotland. So that's where like the Gaelic came into Scotland. Yeah, does make sense. Like, we like to kind of like, people like to say Irish, Scottish, Welsh, English, but like there's definitely crossovers here and there. A little bit less between the English, but no, we joke. Okay, right, let's go to candles on the so 13 kids. Jeez, that's not even cheaper by the dozen. That's cheaper. Oh, that's even more. Good on her. She can do her. Good on her for doing. That's a lot of kids. Okay, let me see. I think. Have I filled out all the 4s I can? Or are there locations where I can still fit 4s? Baker's dozen, yeah. Alright, I think I'm at a point where I need to just put candles on top of the glass. So you go all the way down. And I'm pretty sure all of the glass blocks are 4s. Okay. Alright, so we need to get up top and start placing candles on the glass up top there. Alright, story time. The clan we belong to is considered both because of our involvement in their rebellion. The family was originally English nobles, got disowned by the English king because we joined the rebellion in Scotland, fled to Ireland, and so the clan I can trace my last name to be considered both. Oh, okay, so it's one of those ones. Yeah. So it was a little bit after the whole Irish kind of pushing into Scotland thing. And that number is subject to increase, but she's a gem. My dad is the best dad in the world. Also, the complete opposite of her. I am his princess, and I adore that mama. I hold everything. Aww. That was the other thing that I enjoyed. So obviously, I was exploring family history, but because I was going to Australia, I was also going to catch up with cousins and stuff as well. So, that was just nice to be able to do. Just to chat with my cousins, meet some of their kids as well, because like obviously some of my cousins are a bit older, in that their kids would be, I have no bed. It's okay, there won't be any phantoms. I can see clearly now, the visor's gone. Much better. Okay. But yeah, so it was like, because like some of my cousins are a bit older. So like one of my cousins would be in his 50s. His kids would be like college age or older, actually. Their 20s. But it's just like, I have not seen them in a really long time. So it's just nice to, and I haven't actually really chatted with them much since, actually, I don't think I haven't really ever chatted with my cousin's kids, at all. Just because like stuff in distance, and you just don't really think about it, I suppose. But yeah, it was cool to meet them. The last time I would have met one of them, he would have been like what, 6 or 7. Oh, Cass, enjoy your rest of your day. I'll catch you again soon. Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, it was nice to see them. And then some of my other cousins who I'd be a little bit more in touch with more often because they're close to my age. But I hadn't met so one of my cousins would be again close to my age, but he's got two young kids who I hadn't met either. They're young, but I hadn't met them either. But it was adorable because one of the little girl who be about school age, and we got so I was gone out with my dad to visit, and Dad picked up some tin whistles. So I taught her a simple song of the tin whistle, and she was so proud of herself. I was just like, oh, it's adorable. She's a great little kid. Absolutely lovely. My sister looked into our ancestry, at least on our mom's side. My mom's dad, so my grandpa's parents were from Belgium. Her mom's dad, my great-grandpa, was from Scotland. Her mom's mom was a mystery. My sister, and people helping her couldn't find anything on my great-grandma. It's not... Sometimes there just isn't information. Sometimes there just isn't information. The nice thing is, I know I've been talking about my dad's side of the family, but my mum's side of the family, we've also got a lot of information on them too. Thanks a large part to my grandfather on my mum's side. He's done a lot of research and kept a lot of the information over the years, which means that when my uncle on my mum's side took it over, he had a lot of information already that he could just slot in. And he's a bit more tech savvy than my grandfather would have been. So like my grandfather would have been paper pen, but now my uncle would be tech savvy and do it with tech and stuff. I have a Skyblock related question. If you get a black dye, is it easier to farm wither roses or ink sacs? Ink sacs are easier to AFK. But it's not too hard to use the wither technique. Do I have a setup in this world? Let me go see if I've set it up in this world, because that would be something that is... Wither roses are very useful. feel like I have done it in this world. Actually, quite a handy farm that that's designed because it also can be pretty useful for snowballs. I'll show you what I mean if I have it set up in this world. I've done it in Skyblock Kingdoms. I know that. I've done pretty much nothing in the end, except farms. That's all I've done in the end. Okay, so... Oh, I do have the setup over here. Okay, cool. So, actually, it's... If you're doing an active design, so it's fairly simple. This uses snow golems. So the top layer you have your carved pumpkin, your bottom layer you have your shears. So the shears will shear up the pumpkin as you go. So basically you put down the snow blocks and it will create a snow golem. Snow golems get pushed in there. You have your wither boss here. He's killing the snow golems. You get all your wither roses while he's doing that. So you kind of go back and forth. So this is more of an active farm. It's not an AFK style farm. You might be able to put a cart and rails underneath to collect the resources afterwards. But yeah, so I would say if you don't need a ton of black dye, like if you're looking for like say a few stacks, this is an easy one to do because it doesn't require a huge setup. If you're looking for shulker boxes worth of black dye, I would go for an ink farm. They're not too hard to build. Like they're... Is it this way? No, it's this way. So like, they're not too big. They're like it takes a little bit of time, but like this farm is... This is a productive farm. It is, and it's totally AFKable. You can just sit here and it'll work away. And I've got ink sacks for days. So, yeah, it's good. It is very good. Okay. Yeah. So ink farm, and I did a nice little design around the side of it as well. Okay, guys. I started stream early as well, so I think it's okay if I finish up stream now. Because I have been going for nearly 4 hours. So yeah, we've done plenty today. Oh my word! Guide the raid. Ooh, I have not seen anyone use that in a while. If ever. Okay, well, no choice now. We have to go to Loudon. That's awesome. Well, we're going to go say hi to Loudon then. Okay, well, give me a second and we'll get set up. First of all, gonna see if I can do a redirect on YouTube. So, nope, no redirects on YouTube. Okay, that's fine. So YouTube, if you want to come join us, we're going to go over to Loudon. Let me grab that. Just checking, there's no exclamation point at the end of Loudon's username, is there? It's just Loudon7, isn't it? Loudon7. Raid. Okay. Okay. Let's go. No, wrong one. There we go. Let's go here. Right. So we're gonna head over to Loudon. Everyone who came by today, thank you so much. Thank you for popping in and saying hi about the birthday, happy birthday and stuff. Everyone who subscribed or gifted subs today as well, thank you so much. So now that we are back from Australia, I am going to be going back to my regularly scheduled streams. So we'll be back on Monday evening at the normal time of 8:30 Irish time. So yeah, we'll be back then. No stream tomorrow because it's a Sunday. So everyone enjoy the rest of your weekends, and I will see you then. And I'll try and get editing on that video that we started on stream today. It should be fun. Okay, thank you everyone, and let's see if we can get this raid going. It's going the right way. It's going the right way. Okay, let's go say hi to Loudon. I need to have his channel open so I can actually say hi. Do. There we go. Okay, it's sorted. Okay, let's go say hi to Loudon. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you again soon. Slansies! Trying to think, was there anything else I needed to say? You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You look like Evelinda Evangelista. Goodbye.